Gunpoint is a stealth puzzle game about a freelance spy, let's call him, who jumps around and breaks into various buildings for some story reason, I'm sure. There are plenty of upgrades in the game that make these break-ins easier, and I got to wondering, do you actually need any of them to beat the game? We start out by leaping out of a window and crashing into the building next door, or an occupant of that building gets shot, and we get blamed for it, which, now that I think about it, is probably the inciting incident for all of that breaking and entering we're about to do. And assault. And attempted murder. And potentially actual murder. Kind of defeats the point then, doesn't it? Anyway, this first level doesn't have any upgrades to speak of because it's pretty much just a tutorial on the movement. Before starting the next level, we do get one upgrade point which can improve our jumps. And while I originally intended to only avoid the shops because I forgot these upgrades existed, I won't be using them either. Speaking of the shop though, well, I have no money, so I couldn't buy even the cheapest upgrade even if that wasn't the point of this challenge, and with the first mission only giving $30 and the first upgrade costing $80, we have at least 2 guaranteed missions before upgrades even need to enter my mind. The first of these missions is just another tutorial basically. We learned that computers are hackable, which is pretty much the only objective in this game, and that strong jumps can break glass, which will come in handy if I ever want to break through glass. Which, spoilers, I will. The next mission has guards who can and will shoot you because they are cops. Luckily for me, I can knock them out with just one punch. One of the benefits of going bald at 19. So you knock out 2 guards, you hack a computer, and you get out. Easy enough. After leaving this mission, I do have enough money to buy the first upgrade from the shop. But, with any luck, I can just avoid doing so. Well, shit. Ronin, a mixed real-time turn-based stealth action game with big air quotes around that stealth. In this game, you jump around and kill everyone. And since all the upgrades just make killing easier, it should be possible to avoid all of them. But without the ability to hang guards or throw your sword, or any of the other useful combat abilities, some levels may not be beatable. So let's find out. One thing to mention though, is that you start with Limit Break unlocked. Technically you use an upgrade, so it's impossible to avoid using it. It automatically activates and grants you a free turn in combat. But with that out of the way, we can start the game. Just like Gunpoint, in the first level, you don't have any upgrades, you just play through it as normal. There are 2 mission types in Ronin. In the first, the general flow is to find some information on some computers, and make it to your motorcycle to finish the level. Each level also has 3 bonus objectives. Kill all enemies, spare all civilians, and don't trigger the alarm, which happens if someone sees you and then you leave their sight without killing them for 9 turns, or seconds if it's during the real-time segments. These bonus objectives are the same across both missions. If you complete the bonus objectives, you get a skill point, which can be used to buy upgrades, so that's, useless to me now, but I'll still try and get them anyway, a little bit of an extra challenge. The second level is much the same as the first. You kind of generally move towards the right, you kill every guard you come across, you spare civilians, you miss computers, you kill more guards, you go back to get that computer that you missed, you ride away on your motorcycle. Typical level in this game. The third level introduces the second type of mission. Instead of computers to get information from, these missions have a target to get life from. You don't absorb their life force or anything, you just kill them. And all of their guards if you want the skill point, which I do for some reason. This level also introduces the second type of enemy, which is the Swordsman. Unlike other enemies, the Swordsman takes 2 consecutive hits to kill. And since the first hit knocks them away, you are forced to follow after or they will stand right back up. They're also more difficult to kill, since if you jump through them when they're not stunned, you will get sliced in half. Not very conducive to staying alive if you ask me. So after that, you kill the first target, you say kill 6 or 7 more times instead of fighting a synonym, and then you head over to your motorcycle and move on to level 4. Alright, at this point I'm going to be honest with you, I like this game. It's really fun. It's a little buggy sometimes, but overall, quite an enjoyable experience. However, you get the point. You get the gameplay loop, you kill some guys, you interact with some computers, you kill some more guys, you kill someone important. That's basically the game. Here's what I'm going to do. Whenever something is not that, a new type of enemy is introduced, I had trouble with a level or section, or just something interesting happened, I'll include that. And then, either at the end of this video, or more likely in a separate video, I'll put together the entire run with all of the pauses for the turn-based segments and the in-air aiming, edit it out so it looks like I'm very good at a real-time game. We all agree? I hope you said, or at least thought, yes, because that's what's happening. So this level 4, it's a little interesting immediately, because it's wave-based. Every computer that you hack spawns in another wave of enemies. Still really easy though, so next level. And hey, it turns out every level has at least something going for it, because this level introduces us to the third enemy type, the guys with rifles. They have a special mechanic where they suck and I hate them. No, but seriously, what they do is sustained fire. After they shoot at you, they continue firing for another turn, and moving through their line of fire will, predictably, kill you. Not so much of a problem when there's only one, but when there are many of them firing on different turns, it can be very difficult to stay alive. Luckily, that didn't happen to me. We are also introduced to the fourth enemy type in this level, these agents, I'm going to call them. Normally these enemies are quite annoying, as they will not participate in combat until they have called lockdown. But that shouldn't be a problem for me, should it? I mean, lockdown means no skill points, but I'm not using skills, so that should be fine. Except for some reason, I decided that on some, but not all, levels, I should try and get the skill point anyway. And this decision will come back to haunt me on one specific section in the future. But for now, on this level, the worst part has got to be the long elevator ride. Okay, I know I said that every level has like at least something kind of interesting going for it, but not this one. This one, it's the second assassination stage, but as long as you don't walk through the front door where people are pointing guns directly at, it's pretty normal. Go through each room, take out enemies one by one. Both of the levels before the Doctor assassination are exactly what you should expect right now. But the Doctor level itself has two things going for it. First is that the level is actually a combination of the two types. You have a specific target, but also there are computers that you have to hack to complete the level. The second thing is a little fun trick about the Doctor himself. When you enter his room to kill him, he normally uses a decoy device, something that I would have access to if I were using skills, to escape the room. He then locks you in with a guard, and the guard will start combat with you and he runs away. Under normal circumstances, you would have to kill this guard first, and then chase after the Doctor through many combat rooms, so you cannot open locked doors during combat. But if you stand close enough to the door before the guard spawns in, you can quickly unlock it, jump through, kill the Doctor. This allows you to run through the rest of the level and ignore the combat, as long as you don't care about the bonus objectives, which, for this level at least, I decided I don't. Moving on, we go to find the officer's location. Much like the other intel gathering missions, they don't cause that much trouble, but we are introduced to two new mechanics. First, landmines. These explode if you get too close. Don't do that. And the second is neurotoxins. This is pretty much just a time limit, where you have to escape the final room with the final objective before a timer hits 0. If you don't, you will die. I'm not a big fan of that whole dying thing, so I choose to escape. The timer is very generous though, so it really doesn't cause any issues. We find the officer's location, we move on to the officer assassination mission. The officer assassination was by far the most difficult level. Remember earlier when I said that deciding to get the skill point anyway would come back to haunt me? Yeah, that's this. I don't know if this will properly show the difficulty to anyone who hasn't played this game before, but here's a sneak peek at what that pause edited video that I'll come out with later looks like, just to show you what this section took. Pretty cool, right? I don't know. I'm recording this before I actually edit the video. I hope it's pretty cool. It's staying in whether it's not, because again, I'm already recording this. Hi, it's me from the editing booth. The editing booth is just my room. You don't realize it when you're playing it, but there's a lot of just camera movements when the game is paused. So if I tried to edit those all out, the camera would be jumping all over the place. It would be a horrible viewing experience, so I did have to leave some of the pauses in. Still probably going to make the whole video, because why not? It at least looks kind of fun, right? But that leads us to the 5th and final chapter of the game, where, who would have guessed, there's 2 intel levels leading up to the final boss, fittingly named the Boss. These 2 levels are fairly straightforward. You kill some enemies, hack some computers, and earn skill points you're never going to use. Second stage also has these lasers, which I think showed up before, and I just forgot to mention them. Oops. Anyway, they kill you if you couldn't figure that one out, and that's something we don't want. So with the last intel gathered, we move on to the final level, the Boss. This final level has a new mechanic where, unlike the rest of the game, you can take more than one hit and survive. Now at first this seems like a major buff, but it does come with one substantial downside. When you first get shot, a timer starts that gives you 9 turns, or 9 seconds again, until you die. And every additional hit removes 1 from that timer. So it really only helps in the final room of a level. And similar to Lockdown, I'm just going to avoid it anyway. If it helps, pretend that I have a fear of single-digit timers. I mean, despite some tough spots, everything leading up to this point, every level leading up to this was, at the very least, doable, if not easy. So will the final level be the same? Yeah, this game's really not that hard. Very fun, though. I mean, New Game Plus is actually kind of difficult. Enemies have different moves, there are more of them, and you have to complete all the bonus objectives. If you fail one of the bonus objectives, then you have to restart the level. But you start with every skill unlocked. So even though you don't have to use them, I just love clicking buttons too much to try and do New Game Plus without skills. Or at least, that's the excuse I'm going with. This is the outro part of the video, where I would usually tell you to like and subscribe and all that YouTube stuff. And, since I brought it up already, I guess I will, so go do that. But this time I'm also going to talk about why it's been almost 2 months since my last video. First, I reinstalled Hitman. I just ended up streaming that, Monster Hunter, and Street Fighter so much I kind of forgot it had been that long. But also, I actually did make a few videos that I just didn't upload since I didn't like how they turned out. Now, those few videos that I made, they're gone to the void. They will never see the light of day. However, in the future, videos that I don't quite care for the end product, or for any other reason, just don't want them uploaded on this channel, hell, maybe even just random gameplay, whatever I'm playing at any given time, will be uploaded to the, at the time of making this video, empty, second channel, which will now be linked in the description and the end cards of videos on this channel. So if you want probably more, but definitely lower effort content from me, that's where it'll be in the future. So stay tuned. Am I a fucking radio operator? Sure. Stay tuned for more content on both channels and tell me your favorite moth. Not enough people are doing that, which probably means I should put the moth call to action earlier in the video, because, obviously, almost everyone has clicked away by this point. Who would want to listen to me ramble about unrelated topics? You clicked in this video for a video game challenge run, not to hear me talk about how my username is based on the order of insects that includes moths and butterflies, which starts with an L, but the L key on my keyboard is broken. Every time I try and log into any of my accounts, or, write a sentence for that matter, I have to use the Windows on-screen keyboard, right? You remember how the sentence started? Is anyone still here? Hello? Anyone?